It was a beautiful winter day in Arizona, about 75 degrees. My friend Jack and I were out by the old mining town of Oatman, Arizona. I was planning to fly a waypoint mission using the Litchi app up to check out an old gold mine. I haven't used the Litchi app much, not real familiar with it. I thought I had all the waypoints set up correctly, and I thought I had it set up for the altitude to be above ground level rather than above home level. On the screen of my smartphone, which isn't real big and not real easy to see in bright daylight, I had the map up full size and the video feed just a small square in the corner because I wanted to make sure that the drone was actually hitting the different waypoints, make sure it was following the mission. Not having a real good view of the video and being more concerned with the map, I wasn't paying enough attention. At this point, I started thinking, wow, it looks like it's kind of low to the ground. And long about in here, I started worrying a little bit. I was going, yeah, looks too low. Looks like it's really too low. And then right about here is when mild panic started to set in. And at this point, I hit the emergency stop. I'll stop. Luckily I did, because I probably would have crashed into something within about 2 seconds. So needless to say, I was kind of freaked out here. I lifted the drone up and then went to have a look around me, get oriented as to where I was. And I thought, I better just fly back down and land it. Obviously, it wasn't maintaining the altitude above ground like I believed I had programmed it to. I don't know if it was my shortcoming, probably, or a problem with the app. I'll have to work with the app more, get that straightened out. But at any rate, I was kind of freaked out by the near crash, so I said, well, I'm going to fly back, which I've sped up the video here in this part. Now, if you look a little bit below the middle of the screen, you'll see me moving around wearing a white colored shirt. After thinking about it for a minute or two, or probably not that long, I said, you know, I think I could fly this mission manually if I just paid attention. Put the video feed on the full screen of my phone and tried to pay attention. So I flew back up to where I'd had the near disaster and then started again up canyon from there. This white and rose colored hard clay mud, that was the outflow, the runoff from the mill when they were milling the gold out. This is dried really hard. It's been there 100 years. This mine was actively working about 100 years ago. As we keep going farther up canyon, of course, the ground is coming up and up more. The elevation's getting higher, so I have to keep raising the drone up a little. Ah, now we're getting a look at the main workings. This was actually shaft number 3. There was 2 other workings, shaft 1 and shaft 2, farther up the mountain from here. What we've passed over so far was parts of the mill itself. This structure was part of the power house, the power distribution system. I don't know if they were making power here or if power was coming in from somewhere else and then being distributed, but this was part of the power for the mill and the mine. Originally, I had been planning to go even higher up. If you take a look in the upper left-hand corner of this shot, you will see some of the structure from one of the upper parts of the mine. Again, this is all parts of the mill. These structures have all been sitting out here for 100 years in this harsh desert environment. I'm surprised that a lot of them are still standing. So after making the loop through the mill, it's time to fly back down canyon, back down over the tailings. As I was flying back down, I was looking for a light, barely visible little trail going off to the right. And there it is. This path goes up to the Bald Eagle mine. I wanted to have a look at the Bald Eagle mine on my way back down canyon. While I was sitting over the Bald Eagle, I rolled the camera up to orient. There on the left, you'll see the town of Oatman, Arizona, an old mining town. There in the top of the frame, if you look, you'll see my friend Jack wearing a black shirt in the wash. And to the left of him, in a white shirt, you'll see me. Now, time to return back to home. Go back and land. The bird of paradise is flying back down to the home spot. And here, since I was pretty high up, I sped the video up again on the descent. And then here, back at normal speed, I bring it out of return to home. Gonna land it myself, so I make sure it hits its little landing pad, not out in the dirt and rocks. And then before landing, I panned up and down canyon. There's my old Isuzu Trooper 4-wheel drive. That's what allowed me to get this far out in the middle of nowhere to fly this mission. And we're down. It was a good day.